Hey worship leader, my name's Jimmy. Welcome back to the channel. Today is video 3 of a little mini series I'm doing on NuX effects pedals, and today we're looking at the Solid Studio IR and Power Amp Simulator. If you haven't seen any of the previous videos, I did the Duo Time dual delay engine and the Atlantic delay and reverb combo pedal. If you haven't seen those, definitely go check them out. All 3 of these pedals are gonna be on one board with an additional pedal that we don't even know what it's called yet. Secret, you'll have to wait for that information. NuX Effects is sending me another pedal to complete a whole pedal board. I'm gonna provide the pedal board, the wiring, the power supply. NuX Effects is supplying these pedals, and I'm gonna wire it all up, make a video about it, and then I'm gonna give it away, give it to one of you guys, my subscribers, because you guys are the best. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching these videos, liking them, commenting down below. And now that you mention it, comment down below which of the 3 so far is your favorite. Which one are you most excited about? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Now, after watching these videos, if you're like, I'm in the market to get some of these, I like them, I'm gonna pull the trigger, and you wanna support this channel, you can get these on Amazon using my links. I put them in the description. If you wanna support my channel, click on those links. It's no extra cost to you, but it does help me make more videos just like this one. Now, I'll also say that NuX sent me these pedals. They're gonna be sending me the other pedal as well, but these videos, none of them are sponsored. They didn't tell me to say anything specific about them other than just share my experience, and these are my real opinions, so I just wanted you guys to know that up front. And I always like to say, the reason I do videos like this is because I have a passion for helping worship leaders, worship guitarists get great tone, and when I find gear that is inexpensive and it sounds great, I wanna share it with you guys. So that's why I do these videos, just in case you were wondering. All right, so like I said, we're gonna be looking at the Solid Studio IR and Power Amp Simulator, and the first thing I want to tell you is how much it costs. You can get this on Amazon for $199. This is a $199 pedal right here. And if you think about other pedals that do the similar things, I had another pedal on here by Westminster Effects called the Geneva, and it was $220, so about $20 more than this. But I will say this is a IR and Power Amp, which I was confused in the first video I made trying to get more drive out of it, but this does not have a preamp in it. So that's something to be aware of. If you want an overdriven, saturated type sound that comes from preamp tubes, you will need to run a preamp or an overdrive or some sort of preamp into this. This is just a power amp and a cab with some mic options. So let's take a look at some features of this, then we'll plug it in and see how it sounds. On the back here, we have a mono input, a mono output. We also have a through. We have a plus 4 dB decibel boost and a -10. And then line and speaker for different routing options, which we can cover here in a bit. USB Type-C for firmware updates and loading IRs, and a 9-volt power acceptor right there. On the side, we also have the DI out that accepts XLR cables. Now, thinking about routing options, you could send the through out to your amp if you're using an amp, and then send the DI out to the mixer. You could run it that way. Or you could run your pedals like a preamp into it and then send it out to the mixer or an audio interface, which I'm gonna be sending mine through the HX Stomp so I can record it into GarageBand so that y'all can hear it. You could turn the amp off, come in with a power amp, come out the through to a speaker cabinet, and then still come out and go to the mixer out of the DI. And then you can also hook it up like a regular pedal, and like I said, send it through the effects loop of the HX Stomp. Now, this thing has a bunch of different cab and mic options, which we're gonna hear in a bit, but it's also an IR loader. You hook it up via USB Type-C, and you can load in your own custom IRs. And it also, check this out, which we're not gonna cover today, but it's also, it captures IRs. Apparently you can capture your own IRs using this, and they show you how to do it in the instructions, but I'm not set up to do that, so I can't cover that today. But that's another huge benefit to this, because as I was reading it, it actually looked pretty simple, so it makes me want to try it, but I'm not set up today to do it. If we look on the front here, it also has 3 different tube options, the EL34, 6V6, and EL84 for the Marshall, Fender, and Vox type sounds. And then it also allows you to move the mic placement to center of the cone, mid, and edge of the speakers. So we have 3 different options. Yeah, that's about it. Let's plug it up and see what it sounds like. All right, so I'm plugged up here. I'm using a preset called my worship template from my Expanse pack. If you want to get that, check the link down in the description. This is my clean tone with nothing on. So this is just clean HX Stomp preset. Now let's go ahead and turn on the cab, turn the amp on, and work our way backwards. You can hear that one, the Vox style is a lot thinner. Now let's go ahead and mess with the volumes, get the volumes up here. Let's go ahead and crank the master. Crank the drive. So that's as much drive as you're going to get, at least on those tubes. And remember, this is a power amp simulator. It does not have a preamp. So I've dialed in an overdrive, and we'll be able to hear what it sounds like when it's a little more saturated. But let's go to the 6v6, the Fender style. A lot more deep. Very clean. Now here's the Marshall one. It's a lot louder. So I'll need to turn that down a bit. So I'm just gonna keep it on the Marshall style for now. Let's add some overdrive. Now that's the Timmy from the HX Stomp, the Timma. Let me back off the gain a bit. So let's just get a good clean tone, and then we'll work our way through some different cabs and mics. Right now we're on the Roland Jazz Chorus, but let's take it down to the Fender Deluxe. And down to the Fender Bassman. I really like the Fender Bassman. It's got more bass in it. Sounds a little more growly, like I like it. This here's the Vox AC30 2x12. Without the overdrive. Then we have a Fender Twin Reverb. A 1960 Marshall 4x12. Then we have some Celestion Greenbacks 4x12. And then vintage 30s. Let's go back to the Bassman, and we'll put it on the 6v6, and let's mic it with a Royer 121. Those tubes are a lot less loud, so we'll crank the level back up. Now let's go back to the Vox AC30, put it on the EL84s, keep it on the Royer 121. A lot less bass, so let's roll off some of the treble. This is a presence knob, I mean. I really like that. Now if we get some more volume out of it with a gain, with an overdrive. Now since we're on the Vox sound, let's just scroll through the different mic options that we have and hear what they sound like. This one is a Sennheiser MD421. Shure SM57. A Neumann U82. Royer 122, Royer 121, AKG C414, AKG C3000 has the most bass. I really like this mic with the thinner Vox sound, and the Shure Beta 52 I think is real thin. Yeah, this is probably my favorite setting. Now that's as warm as we will get. Let's go back to the center of the cone and bring in the presence so we can actually hear it. Sounds pretty good. Let's see what it sounds like with some different effects. I'm gonna do a screen recording real quick so I can show you here. The reason you might want to do this, even if you have like an HX Stomp like me, if you want to put this at the end of your chain, you can afford, let me go ahead and record. Yeah, we're recording. You can afford to play with way more stereo effects just by running something this powerful through the effects loop. So I have the Timmy up here, but then I used notice these are stereo, simple pitch, stereo, well, this is legacy, but it's stereo. Dimension chorus, stereo, 60s bias trim, a stereo elephant man, a stereo room reverb, and a stereo dynamic hall. And all of them, DSP-wise, still fit in here because we're not actually using an onboard amp and cab. We're just using it through the effects loop, which is pretty cool. So let's just run some of these. Let's go back to something clean. Bring the gain down a little bit. Awesome, we'll stop that. Now let's see how it takes more overdrive. I'll bump the gain up on the Timmy here. Now I'm going to add overdrive from a Broken Arrow. Now let's go back to some EL84s. We'll keep it on the edge. May have to turn down the master a bit. We'll do some greenbacks. All right, that's it. What do you think? How does it sound? Do you like it? Is it something you would use for 200 bucks? You get IRs, you can load IRs, you can dial in amps and stuff. And I will say, without any menus, it's all very tactile, it's right on there. I kind of like that. Like I said, look out for the next video. NuX Effects is sending me another pedal, and when you see that video, you'll know what it is. You could also follow me on Instagram, kind of do some behind the scenes stuff over there from time to time. Not really good at social media actually, but sometimes I'm on there, and you might find out on there first what the pedal is going to be. Also, like I said, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you can be notified when the giveaway is here. I'm going to make a video building this complete pedal board, so you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss the giveaway either. Thank you guys so much for being here and for watching these videos and chatting with me down in the comments. I love connecting with you guys. It's really cool to be able to do this and be able to talk with and meet a bunch of different people. I really enjoy it. So thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.